Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Inside Golf. I'm Harry Donahue. Well, it's been a great fall, hasn't it? To get outside, maybe make some birdies, drain some long putts, and hit all those fairways. A little wet today, but it's no problem as we run down what's on tap today on Inside Golf. First, we'll take a look at the PGA section of Philadelphia. Recently had its Pro-Am. It was an attempt to raise literally thousands of dollars for the PGA Reach program. Had one pro, 3 amateurs in every group out at Rolling Green. Also, Rachel Riley will be along. Rachel will be telling us about some great play and stay opportunities in Montgomery County. Also, we'll continue our conversation with local golf historian Pete Trenham. He's a PGA professional, long time at St. David's, and he knows everything about pro golf in the Philadelphia area. And Pete will recount some of the great moments of PGA Tour events in Philadelphia. Hey, stay with us. We got a great show next on Inside Golf.
Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirsttphiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. By the Haverford Trust Company. Quality is in our DNA. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA. Experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.
Golf is the great equalizer. For many, this journey is an escape from reality. A chance to be part of a team. A career opportunity. PGA Reach impacts lives through golf by lifting people up, giving them hope, and sending them down an alternate path that they never saw coming. With PGA Reach Philadelphia, as in life and in golf, the most important shot you take is the next one.
Welcome back to Inside Golf. Recently out at Rolling Green, the Philadelphia section of the PGA of America had an event featuring 1 pro and 3 amateurs in every group. They raised thousands of dollars for the Philadelphia PGA Reach program. Leela Mackey now joins us, and Leela will introduce us to one of the new corporate sponsors of the Philadelphia section of the PGA.
Thanks, Harry. We're here at our PGA Reach Philadelphia Championship Pro-Am. We're here with Kathy Pyers and JT Vaughn from Trinity Flavors, and they are a new partner of the Philadelphia Section PGA as well as PGA Reach Philadelphia. Kathy, tell us a little bit about your company, and then we'll have Jeff talk about the partnership. This is so great that you guys are here today. We're so excited to be working with you.
Oh, thank you. We're excited to be working with you too, and we're very excited to be here today. Like I said, we are Trinity Flavors, and we are a new company. We're local. We're out of Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. We launched our products, the Transfusion and Transfusion Light, which are ready-to-drink cocktails, June this year. So it's been great. We were lucky enough to partner with the Philadelphia section of the PGA, and it's been a great partnership, and we're proud to also support the PGA Reach.
Well, that's so great. We're so happy to have you on board. I've tried them. They're really good. I love a transfusion, obviously. And Jeff, talk a little bit. Obviously, we know Jeff Surratt, our executive director, our fearless leader. And tell us a little bit about the partnership and kind of how it came about and, you know, what it's brought to the section and the foundation.
It's been great. It's really a new type of partnership for us. Met Kathy at a Golf Course Owners Association meeting back, last spring, you know. So it really started there. And then once we really got to talking about how we could work together, whether it was getting Trinity Flavors and Transfusion in front of our golf professionals to our clubs, and then turned around and were able to work out a partnership to have Transfusion support the foundation. So anybody that is lucky enough to grab a transfusion, spin the can around, you'll see our logo on the back. It'll say proud partner of. So another nice little touch of our partnership, and thanks for bringing that up. And we're looking toward more success in the future.
Absolutely.
And a portion of those cans sold here will go back to our foundation. So go buy yourself some transfusion. And for more information, you can visit Trinity Flavors website as well as PGA Reach Philadelphia. I'm here with Karen Batchelder. She's a member of Philadelphia Cricket Club, and she's one of our PGA Reach Philadelphia board members. She's been a board member since our inception in 2018. Karen, tell us a little bit about what drew you to PGA Reach Philadelphia and why you wanted to be a part of it.
Well, golf is a great passion of mine. I love the game, and when I was introduced to the opportunity by our head pro to get involved from the ground up with a new non-for-profit, really having the opportunity to give back to the game of golf. The organization supports military youth and diversity and growing the game across all levels, and I think that is just an awesome opportunity to be involved.
But we're so grateful to have you involved. You've been extremely helpful and just getting the word out. We have a great board. And tell us a little bit about the experience today. This was our first inaugural PGA Reach Philadelphia Championship Pro-Am. To raise money, all the proceeds go to PGA Reach Philadelphia to help support programming around youth military diversity, obviously. Tell us a little bit about your experience today. Hopefully it was a success. I think it is, but you tell me. You're the one that played.
Well, I think today for me was to bring some of my friends out here and to introduce them to PGA Reach and all the great things the organization is doing. So what better way to do that than playing a round of golf at a beautiful course such as Rolling Green. So I think they were surprised really with on each of the par threes there were military representatives, and they were able to talk about what PGA Reach has done for them and how golf has been so important in their lives and some of their struggles. So that was really great for my friends to learn about the organization and hopefully become donors as we go forward.
Well, we're so happy to have you involved. Thank you so much. For more information on how you can get involved and to support our programs, visit pgareachphiladelphia.com. We're here with Chris Nowak, our favorite PGA Hope ambassador. He is a retired military veteran. He's also our PGA Hope National Ambassador who helps us with the PGA Hope program. He connects our programs and our section offices to VA centers. And not only that, but he's a Philly local guy.
Yes, I am.
So we love him for that. Chris, tell us a little bit about your experience with the Hope program. You know veterans obviously more than anybody, considering you are one. Tell us a little bit about kind of what this program's doing and what it's doing for our veterans.
Oh, thanks so much. And I want to thank the Phila section for having me out. This is always my favorite section to go to as I travel across the country, talking about Hope and what the Hope program does for veterans and how we're using that as a modality to help treat veterans overcoming disabilities, whether physical, psychological, suffering from PTSD. And how we do that in a format in which we take the veterans in a class setting with one PGA professional to no more than 5 veterans. We start with the grip on week 6. Week 1 and week 8, we end where they go out and play 9 holes of golf. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get veterans to focus on something other than the disabilities they're dealing with. So we do that by teaching them golf. And if we've all played the game of golf, what's the one thing you need to think about when you strike the golf ball? Striking the golf ball, nothing else. So we're not experiencing the trauma that we've dealt with in the past, and we're focused on striking the golf ball and nothing else, and keeping that in our mind.
Thanks, Chris. It really has been, it's been a very fulfilling part of my job. I've loved working with the veterans. I've loved seeing, how it brings them together, guys that are connecting who were in, Vietnam together, and it's been awesome. So thank you so much. And we do have plans to expand our program chapter. So we currently have 5 program locations right now in New Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania, and our plans to expand. So we're really looking forward to continuing to enhance that program, adding on league play to give them a next step playing opportunities, and also, a Hope Works program to provide employment opportunities for them. We're really excited for what the future holds for PGA Reach Philadelphia. Thank you, Chris Nowak.
Thanks so much for having me out.
And we appreciate you being here today. It's been a great day for us. To learn more about our programs, visit pgareachphiladelphia.com.
Thanks, Leland. Once again, that website is pgareachphiladelphia.com. From Leela to Rachel, Rachel Riley joins us. She's always in Montgomery County, and today she has the latest on some fantastic play and stay opportunities.
With Montgomery County, PA being such a strong golf destination, the Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Board put together golf itineraries that show you not only where to eat and drink, but also where to play and stay. So Jake, tell us about the Trove by Hilton Hotel.
Trove Hilton Hotel is one of the brand new hotels in the area. It's been open since November of last year. It's a fun, vibrant hotel, great addition to the community. We offer 121 guest rooms. We have rooms featuring king beds or rooms with 2 queen beds. We also have an indoor pool, saline indoor pool, fitness center, and outdoor patio space as well, and this fun, vibrant lobby.
And what have you guys been doing since COVID happened just to make sure guests feel safe, comfortable, and healthy when they come visit here?
Great question. Well, we're actually following Hilton's Clean Stay program initiative. It's a program that Hilton put out. We have everything from hand sanitizer stations, door seals to let you know that we've cleaned inside the rooms, and various other things throughout the hotel.
And you guys do a lot with our organization, the Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Board, between hotel packages, golf packages. So talk a little bit about your participation in those.
Yeah, we love to partner with the Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Board on these packages. It's a great way to expose our hotel and the area with all the number of golf courses that we have here. It's one of the top destinations in the country for golf, and we have some right around the corner in our backyard, and it's really a great benefit for us and golfers.
Yeah, so not only are there golf courses, I mean, literally right up the road, couple miles, even into the town of Skippack. You've got Skippack Golf Course, Jeffersonville. There's also plenty of restaurants around here as well, so you really can make it a nice, destination overnight stay or a weekend.
Absolutely, yeah. One of our favorite golf courses right around the corner, the club at Shenandoah, has a great patio space and indoor dining area for happy hour and things like that, so we're very fortunate.
And lots of other things to do near this hotel as well. You've got the park, you've got the mall. What else do you encourage guests to visit when they come here?
Yeah, that's some of the key things is obviously the mall and the park. We have many trails right around the hotel, so we really encourage guests to, when they come here, to take advantage of the outdoors and do the best they can to take in the fresh air and of course play golf and all that kind of good stuff.
Sure, and of course social distance.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Montgomery County also has award-winning breweries, wineries, and distilleries, and those are some close ones nearby here as well. Do you encourage guests to visit those too?
Absolutely. Phoenixville is a hop, skip, and a jump away, and some of the great restaurants and breweries are less than about 5 miles from here. Again, we're very fortunate to have this hotel in this area. It's one of the newest additions we have to the Hilton family. And we encourage all the guests to come out and experience it firsthand and enjoy the area.
For more on all the hotel and golf packages that Montco has to offer, check out valleyforge.org. I'm Rachel Riley for the Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Board.
Thanks, Rachel. Stay with us. Pete Trenham's next on Inside Golf.
He shot something like 130.
Welcome back to Inside Golf. We're at the Union League Golf Club at Tarsdale. Our thanks to General Manager Jeff McFadden for letting us sit here on the back patio overlooking this beautiful golf course that has a lot of history. Recently we did a show here at Tarsdale talking about an event in 1941. It was supposed to be an annual event, but it turned out to be a one-timer. Pete Trenham is here. We talked about that on a previous show, Pete, but let's talk today. And Pete, former head pro at St. David's for years, and now, as he calls it, a historian of professional golf in the Philadelphia area. The PGA Tour has a lot of history connected to the Philadelphia area, not just here at Tarsdale.
It does. There have been many years of PGA professional tournaments in the Philadelphia area, and one was White Marsh. It started out as the White Marsh Classic, and then it was IVB and Philadelphia Golf Classic and various names.
But I know you played in that event too.
Played a few
How many times?
5 times.
Did you get a check? Did you make the cut?
No, never made a check.
Did you come close?
close, but not now.
Not close enough.
Not close enough. But I played with some great players there. Mike Suchak.
Mike Suchak.
Yeah.
I think Nicholas won it twice.
Yeah.
Arnold Palmer
won the
early.
first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was quite an event.
Yeah.
I'm even young enough to remember.
That tournament was $100,000
Wow.
purse, and that was a big deal in 1964.
You know, it's so many things have changed about the PGA Tour, but even prior to White Marsh, there was the Philadelphia Inquirer used to sponsor a tour
They
event.
had the Philadelphia Inquirer Invitation during the war years, and they played here 1 year at Torresdale, they played at Cedarbrook, and they played 3 years at Lanark. And
How about
the Daily News had a tournament in the 50s. The Daily News opened at Cobb's Creek.
Cobb's Creek.
At Cobb's Creek.
Let's talk about how Philadelphia, now we're going to go back, back to the 30s, 40s, 50s, how the city and its golf courses played a prominent role in the PGA Tour.
Philadelphia is a great golf community. I think there's a lot of golf enthusiasm and obviously many, many great golf courses. And you know, you think about the top 10 and then you could come up with another 10 that are just about as good. And so there's always been an interest in golf, and I guess so it's a shame that we've been without a tour tournament for a while, but you need a sponsor, you need parking, you have so many things you need nowadays more than just a golf course.
Do you have any idea, Pete? You talk about Cedarbrook. Now that was the original Cedarbrook that was located down along the Cheltenham Avenue, Ogons Avenue, adjacent not far from where 309 is now.
That's right.
Cedarbrook has since moved up to Bluebell. What kind of crowds did they attract, do you know?
I don't know, but you know, when they were here for the Hearst tournament, they had 3,000 people here for the exhibitions, and they had 5,000 or 6,000 people here on the weekend and all that. He sold 13,000 tickets, but a lot of them were daily tickets, I guess, before the tournament ever started.
Pete, not only did PGA Tour events become part of almost an annual tradition in Philadelphia for several years, but a number of big name golfers on the PGA Tour, the creme de la creme, were also at the time holding jobs in the Philadelphia section of the PGA.
Well, in those days, there wasn't money in tournament golf like there is today, or in sports like there is today, because of television and everything. So most professional athletes had to have another job of some sort. And so Byron Nelson was the pro at Reading Country Club from 1937, 38, and 39, and then Hogan came to Hershey. And Hogan was because of Milton Hershey, he wanted a name out on the tour, but he was the head pro in name. He stopped in there when he wasn't on the tour. He'd be there, and he was there from 41 to 51, 10 years, and of course he was in the war, and then he had an accident and all that, so he missed some time. And then Sam Snead played out of Shawnee Inn for a few years, and from 41 into the war years, and so a lot of big names have passed through Philadelphia.
Now Byron Nelson also has some experience, and I'm sure Ben Hogan did too, in playing in PGA sectional events for the Philadelphia section of the PGA.
Well, 1 year in the late 30s, Byron Nelson played in the section championship, and the section championship was match play, but there was a 36-hole qualifying round, and Nelson played, and it was held at Lanark, and he shot something like 137 and won the medal, but he couldn't stay and play in the tournament. At least he had exhibitions booked somewhere else or something. So he was the medalist, but had to leave. But anyway, he did play in some Philadelphia tournaments. He even played in the Pro Lady Championship.
Before we leave, I want to also comment and get your comments on Ski Regal. A lot of people remember Ski Regal as a area pro. He had a great career. It got a late start, but he took it to a top level. You told me that Ski Regal actually played in that 1941 Hearst Invitational here at Torresdale when he was still an amateur.
He didn't start playing until about 1937. He was in his 20s when he started playing golf. But he told me about coming here, and he told me about the place, the course needing a fence and all that, and it was interesting. But he played here as an amateur, and it might have been the first time he ever played in a professional tournament.
How about that?
He hadn't been playing golf that long.
And Ski, you talked about how he got a late start. He also won the USM at Pebble Beach one year.
1947.
And then he finished second in the Masters.
He did. He really, for getting such a late start, he did great. But,
He sure did.
But
I can
So-
still see Ski with his pet dog,
Yeah.
hitting balls down at the Jersey Shore. He used to hang out at
Yeah.
Cape Bay National and Stone Harbor Golf Club. He was a real treasure for the
He
Philadelphia area.
grew up in Upper Darby, and he actually caddied a few times at Lanark Country Club as a kid. So
How do you get all that knowledge? Tell everybody where they can find out more about Pete Trenham and your website.
it's called TrenhamGolfHistory.org.
That's TrenHam,
Right.
golfhistory.org.
Right.
And you have your little trove of nuggets, stories from the
right,
past. and
yeah.
It's all there.
All about Philadelphia golf, professional golf in Philadelphia.
Well, you're a big part of it, and thanks to you for what you do to chronicle all these events and stories and take us back a little bit to a different time with the same game of golf. Thanks,
Thank
Pete.
you. Thanks.
Stay with us. There's more to come here on Inside Golf. Welcome back. Inside Golf continues with my favorite segment week to week. It is our Teed Off panel, and they get a chance today to talk about maybe something that bugs them. They can tee off on it. They can spout off on it, whatever they want to do. Joe Logan, he's had some real critical comments going back in his history. I shouldn't say that, Joe. You're a positive guy, but once in a while something bugs you. And Joe's from myphillygolf.com. Good to see you again.
Thank you. Good to be.
Quinn Spitzer, he's in his third year, president of the Golf Association of Philadelphia, which is, by the way, the oldest golf association in the country. And Leela Mackey, she's the junior member of our event, of our panel here today from the Philadelphia section of the PGA. I'll pause and go to Joe for our first teed off, spout off. Joe, what's bugging you these days, golf-wise?
Nothing.
Nothing. Everything's good. Your game's good.
I look at Bryson DeChambeau, and I, like everybody, I'm caught up in how far he's hitting the ball. But I find it a little worrisome if several guys start hitting it that far, what they're going to do to the PGA Tour courses, turn them into pitch and putts. People hitting 355-yard tee shots and then a sand wedge into a green is not a recipe for the greatest golf tournaments. I don't think. We'll see, but if one guy's doing it, fine. If 10 guys are doing it, I'm not sure it's going to be good.
Well, I think this time next year, there'll be 10 guys doing it, and that horse has kind of left the proverbial barn, but we'll see. How about it, Quinn?
Well, it's somewhat related to what Joe just said, and that is the talk about rolling back the ball really annoys the devil out of me. You know, we have 300, 400 professionals that can hit the ball a long ways. Of that 300 or 400, you have a few like Bryson DeChambeau that are, 350, 370, 400 yards. But the talk that we're going to go ahead and roll the ball back, and we're going to have all the thousands, tens of thousands of golfers who are accustomed to hitting a 7-iron in, now they're going to be hitting a hybrid because the ball's been rolled back. If you really want to ruin participation in the game, that's the best way to do it. Make it really difficult for anybody to be able to hit a short iron into a golf hole and do that by rolling the ball back. It annoys the devil out of me.
Okay, there you go. Okay, he's fired up. What annoys the devil out of you?
Those were
Leela?
two pretty good ones. Also, I will add to Joe's comments on, I really don't like Bryson DeChambeau's hat. I don't think he can pull it off, so that just annoys me.
We're getting into the fashion world now, huh? Okay.
But I don't like when people use the term ladies' tees for the forward tees or women's tees. Just call them the forward tees. There's plenty of men that can hit it or that don't hit it as far as ladies do, and they're not playing from those tees, and it should really just be based on how far you can drive the ball. So just call them the forward tees.
Is that it, Joe? Do you agree with that? I mean,
I agree. I think the game's getting away from the gender thing, and they're going to green tees, and I don't like senior tees either. Although
it's the same
I keep
thing,
creeping forward, like to the white tees and.
Some of these golf courses have so many tees right now, they're running out of colors for the tees. If I go into another golf course where they have 10 sets of tees and we have to do the course rating for all 10 sets, it's going to drive me nuts in terms of that.
You got to get more course raters. That's all. It's a simple thing. Oh, there's the crickets. They're telling me time is up on this little segment of Teed Off. We'll be back with more of Inside Golf in a moment. Where are those crickets?
Is that a real cricket?
They're not just familiar faces. They're your friends and neighbors. It's It's their small businesses, a beating heart that makes a neighborhood a home. The places with a pick-me-up, or a story that inspires, where you can share a taste of comfort with a personal touch that makes our world shine a little brighter. Support small and make a big difference. Make it local. Make it Main Street. Make it Montco.
Well, that's going to do it for this little rainy edition of Inside Golf. You know, before we leave, I want to say hats off to Pete Trenham. Pete has been with us the last 2 weeks here on the show, talking about PGA Tour events in the Philadelphia area. I can't tell you how many people reached out to me to say how much they enjoy listening to Pete Trenham. My favorite little remembrance of what Pete said about Tarsdale, Ben Hogan won the previous week at Atlantic City, came to Philadelphia, and there were like 70 players in the field. Only 12 got checks. Hogan took home $75. He didn't get a check for 4 rounds of competition. He won that $75 for a long drive competition that he finished first in on the par 5 10th hole at Tarsdale. Imagine that, $75 for winning a PGA Tour long drive competition. Take that, Bryson DeChambeau. I'm Harry Donahue. Remember, no matter how bad it's going for you out there, don't pick up, even in the rain. We'll see you next time on Inside Golf.
Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirstteephiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. By the Haverford Trust Company. Quality is in our DNA. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.